Alright, you guys, I am on a roll today. This is my third video I am filming today. And today I want to do a review for April Fool's Day because April Fool's Day is coming up this upcoming week. So this is a review for this movie, which I saw for the first time last year actually. I've only seen it once, but I wanted to go ahead and do a review because it's very festive. You know, it's April Fool's Day. And I've always loved April Fool's Day. So let's go ahead and get into this movie review. If you are new to my channel, hi, my name is Erin. I like to do movie reviews, first time watches, and also beauty, makeup, skincare, all that good stuff. So if you're interested in either of those topics, definitely think about hitting the like button down below, or I'm sorry, the subscribe button down below. And if you like this video, hit the like button down below. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into the video. Alright, you guys, so April Fool's Day. This movie is what you would expect, a movie centered around April Fool's Day, or at least April Fool's Day weekend. Let's get into a quick synopsis about the movie before we get into thoughts. So this is about 9 college students who are going on this like weekend getaway around April Fool's Day, and they're going to a friend's mansion in a kind of secluded area. I think it's off of an island, because they take a boat to get to the mansion. And all the while they're playing all these pranks and tricks and stuff because it is April Fool's Day. But once they get to the mansion, a lot of weird stuff starts happening as they get picked off one by one in gruesome, or apparently gruesome, ways, because a lot of these kills are cutaways. But that is the basic synopsis for this movie. It's quite an interesting little teen slasher type movie, and the setup for it is quite typical, you know, what you would expect from like this type of genre. This is going to be a spoiler review. Let me go ahead and say that right now. Spoilers ahead. So if you have not seen this movie, you probably want to click off now, but I will have some spoilers in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So in this movie, we will see, obviously it's called April Fool's Day, right? So a lot of the kills are cutaway kills, and that is because at the end it is revealed that none of the characters actually died. So they go throughout this whole thing, and you're expecting that these people are dead, but you never actually see them actually get killed. You see some bodies, you see stuff like that, but in the end we find out that none of the characters actually are killed, which I suspected as I was watching the movie, with the title of the movie being April Fool's Day and never seeing any of them actually be killed. I expected there to be some sort of twist like that, that possibly this was a big prank, which it turned out to be. And I think it works for this movie. Usually I would say that would be a cop-out. If you haven't seen my Slider High review, spoiler for that, that movie has something similar that happens in that movie where I'm just kind of like, this was a cop-out. I feel like this is a letdown. But this movie actually, it works because of the premise of the movie being April Fool's Day. It totally works because that's what April Fool's Day is. It's a big prank. It's a big joke. So this movie came out in 1986 and it's directed by Fred Walton. I'm looking at notes if you're wondering. It's directed by Fred Walton and the story is by Danilo Bach. I hope I'm saying that name right. And the movie stars Amy Steele and Deborah Foreman are like the main two female. Well, one is the protagonist and one is the antagonist, sort of, in a way. The killer, not really the killer because nobody actually dies. And Amy Steele I've recognized her from Friday the 13th Part 2. So she's no stranger to these sort of like teen slasher type, films. Okay, so now that we have the basic synopsis down and we've kind of been spoiled about the ending, let's talk about some things that are actually good within this movie that I actually enjoyed. So first off, some things I liked. I think the cast is pretty solid. The acting's not like super bad. It's not like Oscar worthy. Obviously this is a slasher from the 80s, but I feel like the cast is pretty strong. They all do their parts fairly well, and you enjoy this cast. Actually, I actually like this cast of characters, which is saying something because in some slashers, especially during the 80s when the slasher genre was very much pumping out one movie after another, some of the cast of the characters themselves were just not very relatable or interesting or likable. But this cast actually is, and the acting is solid, so there's not any like super horrific acting to where you're just like, my goodness, take an acting class, like just one if you're gonna be an actor. No, this movie doesn't really have that. So I think that's a definite positive for this movie. I think there are some good little scares in this as well, even though there's a lot of cutaways and you don't really see a lot of gore in this movie at all. I mean, there's a little bit, a tiny bit here or there, but I feel like that there are some good scares in this actually. There are a couple moments that actually did give me a little, you know, oh, that was a nice little scare, a little moment. Particularly like in the well scene. If you've seen this movie, one of the characters goes down in the well and there's like some bodies floating around. That's pretty scary. And she falls down into the well. That was pretty like a scary, heightened moment. Or when one of our main characters, which is Kit, I believe her name is, played by Amy Still, her and her boyfriend are like making out on the dock or lake or something, and she sees a body float underneath her. That was a nice little moment. So there are a couple little nice moments. Even the very, very end, after it's revealed to be all a prank, Nan and Muffy, I think her name is Muffy, are in the room, and Nan plays another trick at the very end of the movie where she slices her throat, but she doesn't really do it actually, but you think it's real. Another little scary. So I think they have some nice little moments throughout the movie that are quite enjoyable. I think another thing that I like about this movie is the ending. Some people might not like the ending because of the fact that it is like a cop-out, that nobody actually dies. But I think that actually is a positive for this movie because of what the movie is. It's an April Fool's Day movie. Like, you expect it to be what that is, and they do it well. I mean, the ending is pretty nice. The explanation makes sense. It's not, it's not stupid. It works. And I think the ending actually makes sense for this movie. And it's actually good. I think the twist is good. I like how they, after they killed a character, they brought them into the prank, and they were a part of it. And so I think the movie did a great job with that. So I like the nice twist ending, although it was a little bit apparent what was going to happen with the title. And I have to say, actually, this movie was actually entertaining. It was actually entertaining. I actually had fun with this. That's a positive for me. That's something I liked about it. Sometimes older movies can drag in some areas or be dated or rely too heavily on tropes, and I think this movie actually does a pretty good job. It was entertaining. The characters, like I said, they were pretty likable, and so I enjoyed this one. So for some dislikes for this, I would have to say there are not really any kills that you see. They're all cutaways, which again, it works for this movie in particular. So it's like a give or take type of thing. Even though it is sort of like a cop out, I do still like the ending, so I won't count that as something negative towards the movie. But like I said, the lack of kills or anything from the movie that's kind of like a slasher formula is a little bit disappointing, maybe. Yeah, that's pretty much the only thing that I didn't really, that wasn't really a like for this movie. I think everything else was pretty good about the movie. It was pretty enjoyable. So if you have not seen this movie, definitely check it out. I think it's a great one to watch on April Fool's Day. So if it's April 1st right now when you're watching this video, hopefully that I edited and got this up on April 1st like I'm trying to, go ahead and watch this movie because it's actually pretty entertaining and I don't think you will regret it. So that's it for my review, you guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. Hopefully it was nice and short, quick, and to the point. If you want, definitely think about subscribing because I do movie reviews, first time watches, as well as makeup videos if you're interested in those topics. So hit the subscribe button down below, and hit the like button as well if you like this video. I really appreciate it. It helps me, supports my channel, and it's it's free. It's right there. Just click the like button, and I will check you guys out in the next video. So stay safe. Adios.